Hello everyone, welcome to Psychology 346, Social Psychology. My name is Joshua Buchanan, I'll be your professor today. So I wanted to take some time today, with a little video, to introduce you all to the course, kind of go through the syllabus a little bit, and hopefully get all of you on the same page. It's good to have a little bit of face-to-face interaction, a little bit of virtual face-to-face interaction. And I'm going to try and do as many of these videos as I can to try and personalize this thing a little bit more. So first I wanted to start off by giving all of you a little bit of information about me. I am a social psychologist by trade, so this is really excited to teach this course. This is right up my alley. A lot of the research that I've done within social psychology has focused on emotions and decision making. Done a lot of research on the emotion of regret. Regret can be a very powerful emotion for predicting behaviors and has a lot of negative connotations, but it can more often than not be a positive. It can help spur corrective action, learning from mistakes, a lot of positives. I've also done some research examining the public expression of emotions. So specifically with the public expression of regret, looking at how talking about regret to other people actually brings people closer, can form and strengthen social bonds. And also I've done some research on tacit coordination. So that's the ability for us to coordinate or cooperate with other people without explicitly or directly talking to them, communicating with them. And we as human beings tend to be actually very good at this, which we'll talk about a little bit later on in the course. Additionally, getting into some a little bit more personal aspects, I am Australian. I'm half Australian, half American. I know you probably can't really hear an accent, but it tends to come out a little bit when I talk about Australia or when I talk with my dad on the phone, who is Australian. I'm from Oklahoma. I was born in Tulsa, and I'm a rabid Oklahoma City Thunder fan, which I know has a bit of mixed reactions here near the Seattle area. And I have an 11-month-old daughter. She's actually almost 12 months old at this point. Olivia, who is the cutest thing in the world. I'm very biased, but truly believe that. And I'm sure she'll be popping up here and there, either in lectures or maybe in some of the videos, because she is pretty much the cutest thing in the world, and you're just going to have to deal with it at this point. So let's get into the course. Social psychology, we're going to be talking about over the entire quarter basically how people interact with each other. This can be actual physical interaction, this can be thinking about interacting with other people, this can be implied interactions with others. We're going to be talking about a whole host of different topics in social psychology that have been examined. We're going to be, first of all, giving you a basic introduction of social psychology and talking about some of the research methods and different ways we study social psychology. We'll talk about interpersonal interactions. We'll talk about self. We'll talk about how we perceive others. We'll talk about when and why we stereotype against maybe other groups and different forms of prejudice. We'll talk about group membership. We'll talk about relationships, friends. We'll talk about aggression. We'll talk about cooperation. We'll even talk about applied social psychology and some other areas, other jobs, other fields that utilize social psychological research to help them basically go about their business. Well, what about the specific assignments that we're going to be taking part in over the course? Well, first of all, we're going to have controversial issue discussions. So every week, starting right off the bat, week 1, I'm going to post a controversial issue or controversial topic within social psychology that will more often than not be relevant to the topic of the week. And then all of you will go on the discussion board on the Canvas site, post your thoughts or responses to this controversial issue or topic. And then you'll also need to respond to another student's post, another student's response to the topic. And this will happen every week. You'll be able to drop your lowest grade on the discussion. These topics will be posted every Monday morning, and they'll be due by midnight every Friday. Secondly, we have the core topic quizzes. Every week starting week 2, you'll be completing a quiz that will cover that week's basically material. These will be online. We're not going to do any exams. We're not going to do a final exam. We're just going to be doing these weekly quizzes. These will be available Monday morning, and they'll be due Friday afternoon or Friday evening by midnight. You'll also have research article reviews every week. Again, we'll be starting week 2, so not this week, but the next week. You'll be provided with 2 possible articles, research articles to read, and then you'll need to summarize them and then upload them via Canvas. Again, these articles will be posted Monday morning. They'll be due Friday by midnight. And lastly, to cap off the course, you'll have your controversial issue paper. So you'll use some of these controversial issues, controversial topics that we've been talking about over the course of the quarter, and you'll need to kind of hone in on one of these, or focus on a topic that maybe you've thought of over the course of the quarter, and you'll need to really dissect this controversial topic. Look at the topic from multiple perspectives, look at the strengths and weaknesses of each side's argument, talk about your own perspective on the topic, talk about a perspective from a different culture, look at some ethical concerns of the topic, really dissect this issue. And for those of you who are psych majors, this is a critical component of your portfolio that will be due at the end of your career here at Central. All of these assignments, specifically for the controversial issue paper, there is some information on the Canvas site. All of you have access to the Canvas site at this point. And there are some overviews. I encourage you to look through the syllabus over the course of the quarter. We'll be posting some PowerPoint shows that cover some of the materials we'll be talking about over the quarter. You have your textbook. Here's the textbook here. Should look familiar. All of you should do your best to get a copy of this as soon as you can. There will be assigned readings. There's going to be a tentative schedule that I've posted on the Canvas site for you to utilize. There will be assigned readings for each week, kind of give you a little rundown of what you need to be doing for each week. And then I'm also going to try and post more of these videos. What else? If you have any student accommodations, please try and contact me as soon as you can with all that information. If you maybe are on a sports team and are going to be missing a lot of time, please get that information to me as quickly as possible ahead of time so we can work something out, hopefully. Grades will be posted on the Canvas site. The gradebook isn't exactly worked out perfectly to where you'll be able to figure out your grade, but you'll be able to see the grades for each individual assignment. You won't necessarily know what your final complete grade is. Please do take the time to familiarize yourself with the Canvas site. Make sure you know where everything is, all the different files, documents, where you're supposed to upload everything. That way, if you have any questions, you can email me. That way, if I've made a mistake, you can let me know as soon as possible, and I can fix that. Also, for those of you who do have access to campus, I will be holding office hours. It will be on every Wednesday from 2 to 4 p.m. My office is room 394 in the psychology building. If that time doesn't work for you, just email me and we'll work something out. And lastly, I'd appreciate it if all of you could upload a photo to Canvas so we can associate that with your Canvas account. That way we can put a face to the name, or I guess specifically I can put a face to the name. That way we can kind of increase a little bit more personal interactions rather than it just being simply written interactions between us. We can actually put a face to the name. For those of you who don't know how to do that, if you log onto Canvas and you click on your name in I believe it's the upper right hand corner, it'll take you to your profile. From there should be a giant circle by your name. Click on that and then you can just upload a picture right there, or upload a photo. So if all of you could do that, that would be great. I think it'd be good to have all these faces on all these posts and all these assignments throughout the quarter. So thank you for your time and attention. I hope this video was informative. I hope this is something that will help you guys enjoy this class a little bit more. I'm going to try and focus on uploading a lot of these videos. But I'm looking forward to working with all of you, and I will see you soon. Thanks.